Welcome to Do You Have an Idea? Your entrepreneurship brand for the last 12 years, creating entrepreneurship content from all around the world. And today we're in Turkey, Istanbul at Uzak Rota. It's the region's largest travel summit. And today with me we have a very special serial entrepreneur, Michael Ross, CEO of Bidroom, and who's raised over 20 million euros of investment. And he's at the moment one of Europe's hottest startup owner.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to have you with us. And as I announced before, you're a serial entrepreneur. How did you get this entrepreneurial virus in you, and how did you progress?
That's the thing, because if I look at my family, there's not even one entrepreneur. My dad, for example, worked 40 years for the same corporate company. So actually, I don't know where it came from.
Yeah, what happened? I mean, did something drop on your head?
I don't know what happened. Or they shot me in the hospital, I still don't know. But I don't know, I don't have it in my family. But actually, I think, I don't know, somehow I love this creativity. And I was always like, I think when I was 15 or something, I started my first, it was really in the beginning area of the internet. I built my own website, and I just started like an online shop. It was, if I look at it back now, it was probably terrible how it looked like, but it was really the beginning area. So I started a shop. I was just linking to other platforms actually, and just get a commission on sales. So I had a shop less than 10 euro. It called something like this in Dutch. And actually I was following traffic, and then actually it was also the beginning campaign of Google AdWords. I was buying all the Google AdWords campaigns because nobody else was doing. So this actually, I was like 15, 16 years old, did pretty well on this age. So it was.
And you sell the company as well?
Actually it was, okay, it's a long journey, I keep it short, but actually, so the company moved quite quick. So at the end I was like, okay, now I'm gonna make something really big. And I was, at this age, I think I was 18, 19. I finished my university, did internship at my own company. My thesis was for my own company. So actually I was never in university because I was focusing on my own company. Went quite well. Invest a lot of money. It's okay, if it goes so well, also take a loan from the bank. I just borrowed 100,000 euro on this stage. We're 80% of finishing the project, and then the web designer disappeared. It was impossible to track him. So from having everything, I lost everything. So actually it's like...
So what's the takeaway for entrepreneurs here then?
I had not even regret for a second, so no. And then I was like, okay, this is bad. It was a bad day, but tomorrow gonna be better. So actually what I did, the good thing is I finished my university, so I always, okay, if you can finish it, try to do it. So actually I just worked for a different company for a few years, paid back the 100K loan. As soon as the day I just finished the loan, because I didn't want to go personal bankrupt, I paid back the loan completely in 4 years by having a good bonus in my company. First thing I did directly, start my company again.
Again?
Yeah.
And that's Bidroom?
No, it was a travel agency, so that was the period before. So actually I started a travel agency, travel service, which from the beginning was actually goes okay. So we want to do it differently. We were packaging, flight hotel transfer, and we just made it quite nice. We had different websites, focusing on niche markets. And did quite well actually, so I sold the company. We split the company actually, so part was not doing so well, some destinations, part was doing okay. But actually during this whole phase of the end, I already started with Bidroom, because that's also how Bidroom started. We had conversations with hotels, okay, we want to purchase from you, we want to buy from you for hotels, and they said, would be great because we have a relationship with the OTAs, Booking Expedia, and we're paying so much commission, it would be great to work with you directly. At the end, every conversation during my travel agent period was not about us, it was about how to avoid commissions of the OTAs. And then when I heard every meeting, so I had like hundreds of meetings with them, I was like, no, I have to do something with this. So actually, I just prepared the travel agencies to sell, and I didn't sell it for a lot, but because it was more, okay, otherwise I have to cancel, stop the whole company. So it was good to find a buyer. Put all the money, what I get for it in Bidroom. So the first 2 years I funded the whole company by myself with the money I had. Then I ran out of money. Then I told my wife she would sell the house. Wasn't a nice day, but that's okay, we had to, because I fully believe in the concept of Bidroom. Moved to a different country, because in Holland it was difficult to grow. And then actually I moved, end 2014, then April 2016, as a kid to my wife, we moved to a different country. We moved the operation to Poland, moved over by myself, sold my house, and then fund the first part. And since then it's like a roller coaster. So yeah,
amazing.
took a lot of risk.
And now where you are in Bidroom?
No, it's like a roller coaster.
No, tell me some metrics, like where you are now.
So in 2016 we did the first angel investment round. So that was also first the typical startup story: friends, family, network. And I think network is by far, this is my biggest advice to startups: be everywhere and talk to everybody. So we raised some money to angel investors. That's why we could build a small team. And actually now we have over 80 people in our team.
Amazing.
We raised the amount which is mentioned.
Were you able to buy a new house again?
No, I don't. Actually, I just know, and I didn't even want to think about it because I have to. I don't have no time for it. And to think about buying a house, renovating those things, no way. I just have a newborn son, actually 2 months old. This is already difficult to combine, but it's amazing. So, and actually that's how I see the startup as well. It's like newborn is growing all the time, and you have to keep developing and learning all the time. And I think this learning curve, with maybe the mistakes I had in the past, with why it went wrong, I'm really happy it happened. And even people say, why? Because you lost everything? I said, no. I learned from something. I think that's the way of thinking. I was one day, this day when it happened, it's okay, this is bad. And tomorrow I was okay, I'm gonna apply for a job, pay it back as soon as possible, and as soon as I paid it back, I started something new. So
as you're talking, I'm sure the people listening to you will hear the same. It's like takeaways for entrepreneurs in every sentence. I mean, the way you just move forward, you risk everything, and now you're at this stage. Would you like to give some tips for entrepreneurs all around Europe, Middle East, Asia? Because we always hear these American stories, and everyone wants to be the silicon guy with billionaires. And sometimes people feel a bit stuck, even in Holland, in crazy important countries like Holland. How do you get out of this? And because it feels like you got out of it.
I think a few weeks ago I spoke at Web Summit about growing your business and the way of thinking. And I think what really helped me is the mindset, first of all, and I'm everyday positive. And I think it's really your belief. And I think if you don't believe fully in your product and in yourself, I think it's also important. And I don't see you have to be overconfident. No, just be confident in what you're doing. But really, like the product which you're developing or the company you're developing, be proud of it. Because if you talk to any investor, if you talk to any partnership, they can see in your eyes if you fully have this belief in what you're doing. And I think this never give up mentality and keep believing. And keep pushing, it really helped me a lot. And I think 2 times we're in the phase of going bankrupt with Bidroom. We're close to, and we had 2 months runway. Okay, I don't hope our employees are watching, but we had runway actually for 2 months. So what I did, I just spent more to grow quicker, so it won my runway, and then we raised new investment. So, okay, there was maybe, if I look back, it maybe was a small risk, but take a risk as well. And even though if you succeed or fail, I think it's a journey, and if you fail the first time, I think that's the difference between Europe and the US. If you're failing in the US, they said, go, you give it a try, well done, you can try it again. And that's sometimes better in Europe, and you fail once, you have this kind of image around you, oh, he failed. So it's more difficult to start something new. And I think my biggest advice, if you really believe in something what you're doing, and also the reason behind it, like Bidroom, we really fully believe that we have to make this whole industry more fair. So you stand for something as well personally. I think that really helps a lot. And
perfect.
And I always say, as soon as I go to the office and I just don't want to go to the office, I can't be bothered to go to the office, I'll quit the same day. But I will not quit. I stay to the end.
Perfect.
So yeah.
And do you have any tips, some idea tips for entrepreneurs? Because in Bidroom, you're the center of the travel industry.
Yeah.
You probably see the trends. I mean, where are the trends going, and what are the new Bidroomish ideas that entrepreneurs can jump into? What do you think?
To follow the trends, I think is really important, and don't be like, we changed our business model 2 or 3 times, and the initial idea of business model is completely changed. And I think you have to be flexible, and when we started 4 or 5 years ago, we were living a different kind of economy. Now you have the membership economy, the Netflix, the Spotify. It's okay, this is a way we're actually able to grow. If we're doing it differently, we're making our income, our money on a different way. But that's why we also have the opportunity to grow our business by shared revenue models and business deals. So actually the way of using a different business model is actually the reason that we can succeed and grow. Don't copy other companies, and Booking and Expedia are great examples of how they did before. But things are changing, and then the way of people purchasing and adopting and loyalty and a lot of things is changing. And we use actually the trends from nowadays in personalization, in the membership economy, from ownership to relationship, etc. We really use those things in what we're doing, and I think that's the reason we are successful on the stage we are now. But you also be flexible. If you see that things are changing maybe in 2 years in a different kind of way, do it, and don't wait too long.
So you're just saying, just move on.
Just move on.
Don't stop, move on.
Move on. And you can build enormous strategies and everything, and that is also, maybe something like football, there are different ways of running, right? Of winning a match. And you can do the whole strategy and stuff, and then you can see one goal from the opposite team, and you have to continue your whole strategy. So it's sometimes better just to go, and just don't wait, and just go. And not everything has to be perfect. And I think that's a lot of entrepreneurs doing sometimes. They want to build something perfect, and I talk to many startups and sometimes advising startups, and they say, yeah, no, it's not perfect. I don't want to launch it yet. No, I want to wait a few months because it's still not perfect. No, I think when you keep waiting, you're just losing your momentum, and you need some certain traction, you need some proof, and then you can develop constantly. And I think it's also a constantly process. And what we have now, I think it's good. Is it perfect? No. Is it going to be perfect next year? No. It's going to be better than now, but probably we're adding new features again. So don't wait for the perfect moment, because I think there's no perfect moment.
Tell, yeah.
Yeah.
So when we first started, you say it's a roller coaster. Now we can understand how.
Yeah, but don't follow I think don't fall out of the roller coaster. I think that's really important. So
I think that's really important.
What I saw more than a year ago is like it was with roller coaster, and the management team we were lacking kind of experience, and so actually we expanded the board and we took experienced people within us. I think it's really important just to be open for this. And don't be stubborn and just like, no, I know everything, because I don't know everything. And just also don't try to do everything by yourself. And sometimes, of course, it's difficult because you started by yourself, phoning the hotels individually and amazing. And now you have a team. And yeah, try still engage with the team and just know what is going on. But sometimes try to take a distance when it's needed. Not too far.
And final question.
Yeah.
For someone who's gone through this whole investment, even you sold your house, you went bankrupt, you've gone through everything. So the critical question is, and you're probably the best person to ask to, when and why should an entrepreneur get funding?
I think it's two ways. It's not only some people say, no, I have my parents could invest and they could help me. Yes, it is useful, but if a different investor invests in your company, it means he understands what you're doing and he knows the problem you're solving. So sometimes even if my parents, they can, and I did it, I'd never get any even €1 from my parents for the company. I did it by myself because I come from a middle class family, and I'm really happy they raised me how they raised me, so I can't complain for a second. But I think it's really, if you're able to sell your company to an investor, which is often experienced because they saw a lot of different startups and invest in your company, it's your first proof that you're doing something unique, that you have something which could be a success. So I think that's good to get his first angels on board. And the second thing, if you can get angels on board, try to find an angel which could also, besides money, try to, we call it smart money, because it helps a lot. Actually, the investment we got, the first ones, they all come from the hotel industry. Perfect. Because they understand the problem, so they want to solve what we're doing. And also, if you're starting a startup, think first, okay, for which companies or for which people do we solve the problem, and try to raise money from them. Much easier.
Wow. There are so many takeaways for entrepreneurs. Thank you so much for being with us. So we had Michael Ross from Bidroom, super serial entrepreneur, lovely story. Thank you so much. And for more content, please subscribe to our channel. We have weekly English content on entrepreneurship. So till the next video, take care and keep up with the business.